Sniveling little coward. Piers melts down over Kanye. Russell?
Well, tell him from me he's a snivelling little coward.
Coming on the show soon is the man that I believe to be the Andy Warhol of our time, i.e. an artist that tells America and the world how to see itself. It's Kanye West. Please.
Kanye West, the modern day Andy Warhol. Crazy.
Please, Lord, we might be having a conversation soon.
Okay,
Let me know if you guys would be interested
bro.
in that. Let me know if you'd be interested in a conversation between me, Kanye, and Andrew Tate simultaneously. And then I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny if we just called it something sort of relatively innocuous, like the Three Amigos, and like sort of wore those sombreros and sort of talked as if we didn't have really complex, difficult challenges to surmount. I know a lot of people have strong views on Kanye, and certainly they do on Tate, and indeed me. Why? I've like looked at YouTube a moment ago. There's some real strong views out there. Let's get into it straight away with this.
I haven't actually looked, you know. I haven't looked to see what other people are saying about the old, you know, allegation against Russell.
Kanye went on fellow countryman Piers Morgan's show, but didn't stay for very long. Let's have a look. I know you guys may have watched.
I watch what you put.
And Sneeko is there, like, just so randomly, bro. Like, why is Sneeko there?
Out on X, you got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro.
I like how.
What the fuck?
How Kanye communicates. I like his body language. I like how he's sitting there. I like how he takes a social media metric and takes it to the most obvious and redolent and visceral measuring that a man might encounter. Inches off my dick. I mean, I'd be grateful if there were inches available to take off mine.
Fuck it, that guy's got a fanny.
Like, how many followers do I have?
Just like an overgrown clip.
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no. I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No.
Piers is being a little antagonistic there, isn't he? Even though I'd say that it's a sort of a marginal
the way he does it.
distinction. I don't know, where do you register your own?
It's the way of Piers the mug.
I guess the whole culture cares about social media following, doesn't it? And
Piers does things, isn't it?
Does Piers Morgan seem like he's being cool here, or does he seem like he's trying to ag Ye out?
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, dude trying to sub. I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean?
Crazy. Kanye is a mother. I'm a gift, bro.
Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You take somebody that's lived.
His songs at the funerals. And then playing Kanye songs at funerals and stuff.
Like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
What are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's dirty. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay.
Oh, straight up, and then he just walks off. And then that's it, he's gone. He was there, then he's gone. Kanye, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that, yeah.
And then you got Sneeko sitting there looking like a fucking secret fucking service agent. Doesn't know where to fucking go.
He was not totally down with doing that interview in the first place.
Yeah, like harder, faster, stronger at funerals. That's marksman for you, ladies and gentlemen.
And when he heard the general timbre and tone of Piers Morgan, he became...
Imagine
antagonised. Maybe his worst suspicions of how that was going to go down were confirmed. I feel like I've been in that situation, not exactly that, but kind of compromised and not into it and enjoying it. Remember, I feel that Kanye West is the Andy Warhol of our time, where Andy Warhol introduced to us the idea that celebrity was a form of commodity by reducing ad infinitum images of Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley to show to us that really these people that are reveling in specialness that we hold up as new icons and new gods are actually just commodities. Or as a friend of mine once said, whenever you see a billboard of yourself, remind yourself that in fact that's simply there because people are making money out of you, whether it's a can of Campbell's soup or Elvis and Marilyn Monroe. Apparently unique people, they're just kind of commodities. Now, Kanye, when he dresses up in the outfit of a Klansman, asks a lot of questions of us and uses interesting images to create a kind of tension and a friction. And like he himself says, he's created in his lifetime a lot of cultural artifacts that people really value and care about. And I think that the Kanye story is interesting because someone that's been at the white heat heart of celebrity culture is now a kind of maligned outlaw within that culture, but still apparently too big to cancel and entirely condemn. And I reckon when we look back at the sort of fractures that will continue, I reckon, to bifurcate, we see that Kanye West was one of the early figures that straddled both divides and told us which way the wind was blowing. In a sense, Trump defines it politically. Who defines it more than Kanye West when it comes to celebrity, i.e. the world is changing, media is changing, the way that we receive ourselves is changing. Normally what happens in the culture is when there's a peripheral movement like hip-hop or punk, the mainstream can accommodate it and incorporate it and sell it back to us, commodify it, homogenize it, sanitize it.
Yeah.
Kanye, it's weird, isn't it? Because he's come from the outside, gone to the center of the culture, and now he's departed again. And the culture doesn't know where it's supposed to situate Kanye. If they could, they'd probably kill him, I reckon. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments and the chat. Sneeko, who's his mate there.
Randomly just sitting there. It's like, what are you doing there, Sneeko?
And also a significant streamer and successful person in his own right. I think himself subsequently walks off. Let's have a look.
What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling coward.
Well, you can ask questions if you...
Like a little sniveling coward. Piers, man.
have questions for me, then I'll feel free to answer those.
Here's my question for you. Why is your mate Ye?
Is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or is this whole thing just going to be interrupting? Or do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like he's
Oh my God.
the annoying little younger brother we never knew about. Okay, doesn't work with me.
Andrew Tate Light. Yo.
Okay, you set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay, your team asked me to do this. If you want to be Netanyahu Light on TV.
But given you want...
What? What did it say? If you want to be Netanyahu Light on TV. Sneeko firing back. What the fuck is Sneeko doing there?
If you want to be Dave Portnoy with the suit,
that's fine.
That's crazy.
And then sure, if you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
if you
my
want to keep doing insults, there's no point in me being here.
Sneeko controlled that, bro.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before?
Well, you have to ask Jay then, innit? Please. Like a sniveling little cow. Look how he says it.
There's no point in me being here.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away?
I'm going to hear it one more time.
Question.
There's no point in me being here.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk
like a sniveling little coward
away before I can ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But thank you for
Even though
having me.
you set up the interview with him.
Another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell him from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper.
Little attacks when no one's hearing him. Piers Mogul, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's a really interesting cult.
A Hitler follower.
Culture now, isn't it? Our culture is a kind of argument. That's what our culture is. Has it always been that? Has it always just been an unpleasant argument? Was it this when Elvis got big, or when the Beatles got big?
It was.
Or when the Sex Pistols got big, just an argument between emergent cultural forces and establishment cultural forces. And where do those lines lie now? In the last election campaign, when Oprah Winfrey lined up with Kamala Harris and we saw all of those celebrities, I thought, oh, the world has changed. It's changing because this seems irrelevant.
What seems more silly Eminem there. That was sad.
Relevant is...
It was so sad for me to see Eminem there with Kamala Harris and that. It hurt me, bruv. I love Em, but... It's like, bro, what you doing over there with Kamala and all that? Sleepy Joe and all of that. Oh, that's crazy.
That Rogan has had Trump on and that Tucker is endorsing Trump and that Theo Von has had Trump on. The world is changing. The pantheon is changing. You see that even the institutions themselves are starting to alter. Maybe not so much in a country like mine, the UK, where the establishment roots are so deep, deep catacombs, deep subterranean caverns.
Caverns down in the underground and all that.
But in your country, it's radically altering. New types of celebrity, new type of discourse, new type of rhetoric, whether it's sort of OnlyFans models or Instagram stars or YouTubers or street...
OnlyFans models becoming senators. There will be YouTubers becoming presidents. There will be a crazy future ahead of us.
There are new categories and classes of celebrity, but also now we have the interesting spectacle of people at the pinnacle of fame, and Kanye West is one of that.
Like Andrew Tate will be Prime Minister. Imagine.
Sort of 2 to 5 people that know what it's like to be at the absolute zenith.
That's funny.
Reordering and reorganising. As I've said to you before, someone like Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the world's most famous people. His position is not going to alter. He's safely ensconced institutionally. It seems that Kanye West is a true artist. I'm not saying that to diminish Leonardo DiCaprio. I love his movies. But I'm saying that an artist, in a sense, makes people challenge their perceptions of what is real, what is moral, what is ethical, what is funny.
I just think Kanye thinks sometimes is a bit too fucking edgy. That's the thing, I think, with Kanye. I think sometimes, geez, you're going too far, man. You think you're too edgy. Like, this is so edgy, but it's not. It's silly. It's fucking silly.
These questions are brought to us by the artist, and Kanye West is certainly doing that. Free speech is under attack.
Fucking no.
Mine particularly, yours and everybody's, whether it's British government officials demonetising people on YouTube, putting people in jail for Facebook posts, or the
crazy
various other ways, the nefarious systems and...
How did you go jail, mate? Facebook post. All the other fucking hardened criminals, they go, he's a demon. You know, geezer in the back, hench as fuck, like, murdered 16 people. Fucking 15 of them were kids. Fucking he's there, like, shocked to his core. You're in jail for a Facebook post? You're a legend.
Institutions that work, I reckon, for Satan drag us down into the pit. We have to fight back. And how are we going to fight back? Rumble. When major...
You got to make a rumble can, otherwise you're fucked. Basically, this is what he's saying. He's saying you got to make a fucking rumble can. Shitters. Oh, you're fucked. Basically, I'm secure. I'm basically secure. I'm going to heaven because why? You've guessed it. I've got a rumble account, boys. I'm on my way.
Advertisers conspire.
I've had one for a while. Remember when I used to stream on there? Yeah.
To pull their dollars like Dunkin' Donuts. Good. They said that Rumble had a right-wing culture. Well, that can't be true. Let's have a look.
Right-wing culture?
At just some of the posts here. I come on here just to look at men in tight-fitted denim hot pants. That's from Don Trump Jr. All in the Rumble chat. This is a...
What's he doing?
A free...
Rumble... Did he say... Trump Jr.? A Rumble.
speech conduit where you're free to be.
My father would change this land. It's the stuff that goes on the Rumble saying it, does it? I don't know.
Whoever you want to be. It's
Trump
all
Jr.
available to you in the Rumble chat. For a limited
I'm
time,
young Trump.
you can get 10 of your American dollars off, and you can use crypto, baby.
You can use crypto. Special times, man.
Using the
I don't own a penny in crypto. It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
promo code APAC. No, using the promo code BRAND. Visit rumble.com/brand and get your discount today. Together, we can turn the crimson tide of foaming propaganda and stay free together. Click the link.
My brother.
Here he is in his own words.
All right, so I had this vision of performing Hail Hitler at the Grammys.
I had the vision of performing Hail Hitler at the Grammys. Da na 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 na. Don't know why I made that sound.
Wearing a swastika t-shirt and crying because we broke down all the walls of censorship to break down all of the woke and the Me Too and the cancel and all the biggest ideas between all of the tweets and the songs and the music and really, you know, all the threats, the threat of death, the non-threats on money and
Death?
cutting off the finances and all that happened, that we went through this war to like really fight for our freedom as artists, because you can't be artists if you can't tell the truth. You're no longer an artist anymore. You're now a commodity. You're a slave. You have to say exactly what you're thinking. And
Yeah. That's right, Oz. He's right on that one. I mean, yeah.
And by you saying exactly what you're thinking, that's how the universe moves forward. God puts these ideas in our head that we have to blurt out. I've been looked down and shit upon so many times by control people for just saying what I actually felt, even though there are a lot of people that felt very similar to that. So to just be able to have these 3 words, nigga, hell, Hitler, to finally put it in 3 words.
That's crazy. NHH. N-word Hail Hitler. That's crazy, my boy.
Words that you wouldn't see together, and
it's one of them words you'd never in existence see together.
to have been blessed to channel the greatest song that's been made to date.
The greatest song that's been made to date. Yes, that's the sort of stuff that is thinking, oh, come on, Kanye, man. That's mad. And imagine we listen to it and it's just a fucking absolute banger. It's just transcendent. We don't know.
In a way, what he's offering is a challenge to our assumptions, an attempt to blow through censorship, a comment on the fact and the idea that censorship always benefits the powerful, that it's always a tool of oppression. Now, look at the...
Imagine Kanye West having a chat with Russell Brand. That's hilarious. Kanye, yeah, been hanging around too many streamers.
These arguments and contrast it with this new, there's a new 12-foot bronze statue of a woman in
chilling with Sneeko and all that. What was Sneeko doing there? How strange.
Times Square. Remember the season of pulling down statues, whether it was Saddam Hussein in the middle of Baghdad, or Confederate statues being pulled down across America, or even in my country, attempts to pull down the statue of Winston Churchill. A celebrity is the way a culture tells stories about itself to its population. So are literal icons and idols like statues. Just hold in your mind what Kanye West was saying there about censorship, iconoclasm, and let's think about what the artist's intentions would be behind this statue.
And communicate those inner worlds that we have.
This is ridiculous. What the fuck is that? I saw it earlier. I saw this shit earlier. What the fuck is this? It's fucked. It's shit. It don't even look good.
And sometimes we misinterpret with one another to try and create an understanding and basically encourage empathy.
To encourage empathy. Is that the artist? That's what he said. Oh.
Have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lead. Clap your hands like sing along.
That's a British artist talking about how we should not overlook a frequently and certainly historically maligned portion of society, female, and in this instance, the black female. Now, looking at it through the lens of history, it's difficult to deny that black women have had a pretty hard march. You would have to be racist not to admit that. But if you admire this particular piece of iconography and implicit iconoclasm, i.e. an attack on who is it that gets statues, it's not just George Washington or Jefferson or General Lee or even Einstein, it's, as I understand from what the artist appears to be saying, a somewhat anonymous black woman. It's not a black woman that's like done anything extraordinary except through being a black woman. And I suppose his point is that that's an extraordinary thing given oppression, etc.
Okay.
Contrast that with what Ye's saying. As an artist, he's saying censorship, control, racism, Nazi, the N-word, words that are potent and powerful have to be addressed, brought to bear, and disentangled and decoupled in our culture. I can't do that as a white person. I can't start bandying the N-word around. Andrew Tate can maybe say it because he's a man of mixed heritage whose father's black. Yeah, you can say it.
Is Andrew Tate's father black? I did not know that, bro. What?
For obvious reasons. And in a way, it's a conversation we need to have because we live in a time defined by debate, conflict, division, where even diversity, which could be a popular, a helpful idea, certainly variety is an important cultural idea, is used to divide people. Diversity brings, it seems, division rather than unity. So if you think that that sculpture is a good idea, like, i.e., why don't we celebrate that which is often ignored, then you have to recognize that art has a function and that the function of art is to have difficult conversations. So I would say, yes, have a statue, a 12-foot statue of an anonymous woman to bring attention and light onto the plight of those that are often marginalized and maligned. But by that same mentality, you have to celebrate voices like Ye's, true artists that are willing to get into very, very difficult situations in order to tell the truth. Without truth, there is no art. Other than that, you're just involved in advertising. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think
I mean,
in the
he's right.
comments and the chat. If you're watching us on X or YouTube or any of those
right
places, make
one.
your way to Rumble and Rumble Premium. Let me know in the comments and chat if you would like to see a conversation between me and Ye and tell me what you're interested in us doing as we continue to rebrand, excuse me, you think I'd know how to say that word, and reboot the show under considerable external pressure.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more...
It's a good one again from Thingy, from Russell. And imagine Kanye and fucking... That would be hilarious. I would laugh my fucking head off. I'd laugh my penis off, actually.